All right, welcome back to another video. Today I'm actually going to be talking about the Noctalia version 5 shell. So if you're unaware, they are actually stopping development on the version 4. They have the last stable version of Noctalia, and they will be no longer doing any more development on the version 4 version, and they have switched to the Noctalia version that is built with C++ instead of QuickShell. So they're getting away from QuickShell and doing things with C++ now, which at the end of the day, I think is a pretty good decision on their part because they don't have to have the dependency of QuickShell and Qt and things like that when dealing with development. Having to make sure things are compatible with versions and stuff like that can get in the way of adding new features and doing different things. So I do understand their reasoning behind making the switch, and it should be a little more lightweight, which from my experience I believe it has been more lightweight than it has for the version 4 version. But yeah, before I jump into everything about the Noctalia version 5 shell, if you have been enjoying my content, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to support me, you can do so by joining the YouTube membership, or if you want to watch me game and get a chance to have your setup or project featured on my channel, definitely check out my live streams that I do pretty much every day during the week, or you can support me at kofi.com/theblackdon. But other than that, let's jump right into it. So with the new shell, a lot of the features are already here. I feel like they've come a really long way. Things are working really well within the shell itself. So if I go up here, you can see that you still have a lot of the quick shell animations and things like that as far as things opening. I can open the launcher here and you can see that this is aesthetically pleasing here, and you have the different categories and stuff like that. So very nice, neat launcher there that I do like the aesthetics of it. It's not too much. It's not in your face with all this extra stuff. I like the minimal look of this actual launcher. And then if we jump into the actual bar up here, you have the option to search, and I just changed the icon there and change it to whatever you like. And I'm assuming they'll add the distro icon like they did in the regular Noctalia as well as an option, but as of right now, that is not currently an option. And then I have my workspaces that's currently working on Mango WC. That's what my window manager that I'm using right now is. So it does work with that, with the workspaces and everything. So you're good there. And then I have a wallpaper switcher here, so I can switch my wallpapers, very similar to their old one that they had before. Now they do not have the Wallhaven options to search for that, but you can assign it to specific monitors, and you can do this color picker option, which is really cool. And then obviously you can search through your actual wallpapers there as well. And this is just a module, so I'll go into the modules here in a moment, but you can add different modules and stuff to your bar, just like you can in the previous version. And then I have the weather widget here, along with some stats on my PC there. And then I just have the actual sys tray over here, network and volume, which all of these things actually just pop up in the dashboard over here. So it's all connected right there. And if I actually click on the owl icon here, that's actually what pulls up the dashboard here. And you can see that I'm on Noctalia version 5 and my host name and things like that. And then I have the weather down here, and then some quick toggles and things like that. And I believe if you click on this, yeah, you can change your wallpaper there as well. So nice features there. And then if you do click on the power button, get another drop down, which you can change if these are floating or if they're attached to the bar as well, just like you could before. If I go down, you can see if any music is playing. And I also do have the Kava option here. So if I do have something playing, it will, show in the bar over there as well. And then the volume, like I said before, you have your monitors as far as your brightness and everything, your stats for your PC, gets your system stats and things like that. Some, data on your actual PC there. And then you have networks, and then you have Bluetooth, weather, like I mentioned before, same weather, spot that it takes you when you click on the weather from up here. Then you have calendar, and then you have your notifications as well. So to me, it looks very clean. I do like the aesthetics of the way they went. It doesn't look like your typical quick show, but at the same time it does. So it's like a little slightly different look, but it's not going for the exact same aesthetics as they had before. And then we can open up the actual settings here. And then as you can see that there's a bunch of different settings already available in here. Really the only thing that I think that is not here yet is actual plugins, which obviously that'll take time to redo a lot of those, plugins and things like that. But most things are already here. We do have the advanced tab, so it adds a couple extra options when you add the advanced toggle here. The one thing I really like is they have a modified toggle. So if I toggle that, anything that I've changed from the default, it'll show here. So if I go through all of these pages, it'll show only the things that I've actually changed, which I think that's a really cool setting. So you can just quickly go through. It's like, oh, what did I just change? Let me make sure I actually want that. Then you can just see what you've actually modified from the defaults there. So nice to have feature there that's not really expected in an alpha or anything like that. So definitely a cool thing. You can reset the entire page back to defaults as well, or you can reset specific ones once you see that they have been overridden. And then as far as appearance, pretty much have the same options here. So you have the built-in ones. So you have a bunch of pre-built themes here. So I'm using the Grovebox themes currently, but you can switch through, and obviously they have like the traditional Noctalia colors there. And then you can do it by wallpaper as well. So you can have that switch. Like right now this is muted, but it's using the Matugan option to do that. So you can change that too, which I actually quite like the way that's looking right now. So I might keep that. And then you have community, and then so you have like Grovebox, Alt, Cream Autumn, Everforest, like pretty much everything you can think of is in here as far as themes for the color palette goes. And then you have custom, which you can point to a specific file to have whatever palette that you want to have showing there. So I'm going to keep it on wallpaper for the remainder of the video because I actually quite like the way that one looks right now. And then you have some like animations and effects and how the UI with corner roundness and things like that. So you can just change that how you see fit. And then if you go into wallpaper, you can open the wallpaper panel like we had before. You can see how you want the wallpaper to fit on your screen itself, where the wallpaper directory is. If you want per monitor directory, so you can have different directories for each monitor. So if you have like a vertical monitor like I do to my right, you can change what that looks like. Transition effects when you actually pick your wallpaper, or if it's randomly changed. And those are the effects that the wallpaper will actually change when you select it. Then you have some other options down there as far as the automation for that rotation. Then if you go into templates, from what I could tell, all of the ones that are built in are working. I did try to get a few of these at the bottom working from the community side of things. It might be a me issue because I am using NixOS with Home Manager, so I possibly just didn't have these synced correctly to get that working. So I will dive back into that at a later time, but all of the top ones here did work as intended as far as theming like BTOP and things like that. So if I open up another terminal and then go to BTOP, you can see that it's themed with the rest of the actual theme here. So that was always a nice feature that they had previously, and obviously brought that to the new version. Then you have the dock, and right now I have the crystal dock down here, but if I were to kill that dock real quick, and I can show you what the one here looks like. So it themes with the colors that you currently have within your system. You can have the auto hide, running, show dots, like all the typical features. You can select which monitor you want it to be on, all or just a few of them. You can also change the padding and margins and pretty much all the things. And then you can actually pin apps. So I did this one a little bit differently. It's not like your typical drag and drop options there, but you can pin them in here by typing in the ID, and then it pins the actual item. And then you can move these around as you see fit in the order that you want it to be in. And then you can change the corner radius and the background opacity. So you can see that that's getting more transparent there at the bottom, which I obviously like the way that looks when it's a little bit more transparent. So I'll actually keep it like that for the rest of the video there. And then if we go into panels, these are how like the different drop downs and different panels and things appear on your. So the transparency option, you can go to soft. As you can see that it's pretty clear there. And then I can click glass. So it kind of has like a hue to it. And then you can select, borders and shadows. If you want it compact, full, attached, or floating, or centered. You can change like all those, different options that you want. The home shortcut. So if you want certain options here, like for instance, I won't really use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. So don't really need those in the actual, home shortcuts. So now those are gone and just showing more of the wallpaper there. And then if you want the clipboard to be, so launcher center right now, I can do either floating, see what that looks like. So just floating beneath the bar. And then I can also do open near click. Oh, I see. It's opening near the actual item there, unless I'm doing it from my keybind, then it's going to just be kind of floating from the center. And then we also have attached, which I always liked, like the attached option there, or the centered. Either one is good in my eyes. I actually quite like the solid more than the glass, so I'm going to switch that back. And then you have, clipboard and wallpaper if you want that attached, or if you want that center. Let me see what its center looks like when you have the wallpaper centered. Actually, I quite like that. That's pretty nice. Set up there in the middle. And then you can look at the placement for your session menu. So right now it's attached, so that's when this thing pops up. You can, shut down, reboot, log out, lock, all the good things. And then you can add entries in there as well, which just adds either like a custom command or something. So I can go ahead and turn that off so it's not going to affect anything there. And then you have your desktop, which I did try this. I toggled to editor layout, but it doesn't look like there's any actual widgets available to add on here. So I'm sure that's just coming down the line. And then we have the actual shell. So you can change like the avatar path, your time format, date format, which actually need to change the time because it still shows as 24 hours instead of 12. And then you have the clipboard screen time. It will show in the control center. So I actually have not looked at that. So let me see. Screen time looks like, which is now down here. So I guess it only shows from when you enabled it. So now it's enabled. So it's setting less than a minute currently, but we can see what that looks like here in a moment. And then you have your pop-ups, positions and stuff for notifications and for your OSD pop-ups as well. And then you have services. So that's your weather, your audio, if you want shell sounds for effects and events. So I'm assuming like when you get like notifications and stuff, it has like a certain sound and stuff like that. And then you still have, idle as well. So if you want to lock, turn off monitors and suspend, you can do that through here. So no need for like hyperlock or sway idle or whatever you typically use. Then you have the option for different hooks. Just add the shell command or script path for the hooks that you want to use for each one of these options here. And then getting into the bar. So the bar at the top here, you can customize for each bar that you have. This is my default bar. So that's what's on this monitor and my monitor to my right. And then I have the DP1, which is my vertical monitor, which I've made that one a different, a different size. And I changed the padding, the margins on this one. So you can see that one 50. And then I have 450 for these because I have an ultra wide monitor and I brought in the sides to fit in 16:9 aspect ratio that you're seeing the video in. And then you can change like, corner padding. A lot of this stuff is very similar to what they had before. And then you have your bar actual widgets go on there. So all the modules that you can add. So like I have the launcher, workspace, wallpaper, and then the audio visualizer through Kava. Then I have RAM, system monitor, weather, and then all of the options that I said are over here. And then you can just go and add a new widgets, and they have quite a few in here: keyboard layout, lock keys, network, so a few different network options there, power profile, screen recorder, a spacer, taskbar, temperature, theme mode. So plenty of options there that you can have there. And like I said, they don't have the actual plugins and things just yet, but I'm sure that is coming. So I'm really excited to, try out all the different plugins and stuff with this new bar. But I actually quite like it. This is a really nice, it feels more simplistic than the other setup. I felt like the other settings and everything just seemed like there's so much there. I feel like this is laid out really well and very easy to navigate and find what you're looking for, what you need. And it has like pretty much all the right features out of the box ready to go. So I'm really happy with where it's at right now. So I'm probably going to use it for a little while here just to get used to it and kind of see the advancement of the development and everything. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. If you've been enjoying my content, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to support me, you can do so by becoming a member, where I do some member-only live streams and member-only posts to decide what videos and stuff I'm doing throughout the week. Or if you actually want to get featured on my channel, you can start joining my live streams, where you can earn your spot to be featured either through a post or even a video on my channel. So to stay tuned for that. But other than that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.